What's up, YouTube? Gizmo here. Gonna do a quick haul video. This is gonna be kind of everything I've gotten since my last video via either eBay or Facebook auctions, as well as a pretty massive um, Black Friday haul. Uh, Shop in my area did a half off back issues, and then they had also quarter bins as well. So gonna kind of I'll get around to those. First off, eBay win. Got this one right here. This is Elephant Men, number 18, the J. Scott Campbell sketch variant. Now, there is a full color version that is the first print, but this one right here is the sketch variant. Pretty hard to find book. Typically sells for anywhere between 40 to 60, and that can or cannot include shipping, depending. Um, I actually got this one off of a snipe bid on eBay. The shipping, I think, is what kind of turned people off to it. As somebody who's been buying comics from eBay for 4, 5, 6 years now, I'll give you a semi-pro tip. If you're watching something and the shipping is kind of high, don't let that dissuade you. The shipping on this one was $10 because it was shipping from Canada. And because of that, I knew that immediately it was going to turn off buyers. So people weren't going to be watching it, not as many people. Also, that means it's not going to sell. The final sales price is not going to be as high as your other copies. Again, don't let that dissuade you though, because I went ahead and put a snipe bid in, and I won it for $20.50 plus the $10 shipping. So $30.50, $10 below regular market price. And I got this, and it's in beautiful condition. And the $10 was well worth the shipping because it was, I think the guy marked it as shipped, and then 2 days later it was at my doorstep. Fantastically packaged. Thank you very much. Um, Moving on, if I ramble a little bit too much today, I'm sorry. I was drinking today, enjoying that nice Buccaneers victory over the Seahawks. Very entertaining game. Did not expect us to win that one. So defense came up huge. So here I've got a couple of auction wins and a straight sale. Now my buddy Brent on Facebook knows that I'm obsessed with Zatanna. He also is obsessed with Adam Hughes, and so he hoards Catwoman books. So he had planned on gathering up some money for a different buy, so he wanted to sell a couple of books. He was running an auction, and he messaged me and said, "Hey, do you need these two Catwoman books that are both Zatanna appearances?" And I said, "Yeah, I do actually need those." So he said, "Issue 50." I'm trying to get there. You go. Issue 50 and issue 58. Both beautiful covers by Adam Hughes. Messaged me real quick. He said, "Hey, shoot me an offer." So I did, and he agreed to it. And then we discussed auction wins. I went ahead and picked this one up from his auction on Facebook. Wonder Woman number 188. Beautiful black cover. It's really hard to get this one in high grade. This one is probably around an 8.0 due to one little bend right there on this corner. Kind of hard to see, but it does break color, and it makes it very difficult to find this book in a good solid 9.8, 9.6. But when you do, that means it's money. Also sniped this one in his auction. I guess not even sniped, man. I put the bid in like 2 hours before the end of the auction, just because my buddies, if they're running auctions, I'm not going to try to snipe on those. I mean, I'm going to try to give them the chance to get a really good price off of it. But I got a really good deal on this one. Super clean copy. This is Supergirl number 2. This is one featuring a Zatanna mini story, but really, really clean copy compared to what I've seen completed listings go for. I got this one for, I think, $4. So I'll take that. Now, buddy of mine, he takes care of me. I got to give him a huge shout out. Brent, thank you again. he messaged me after the auction's end and was like, "Hey, do you need this last one also?" And I was like, "Fuck yeah, yeah, definitely." And he tossed it in for free. This is Catwoman number 72. This is the third and final appearance of Zatanna in the Catwoman series. This series, at least. Another Adam Hughes cover. Brilliant. Love it. And again, free. Fantastic. Uh, when I got the package in, there was one extra book in there, and I was like, man, this guy just keeps tossing out the good stuff for me, keeps taking care of me. It was Wonder Woman number 291. I remember seeing it in his auction, but I did not notice that there is Zatanna right there on the cover. And so when I got it in, I was looking at it and I was like, oh man, he tossed that in for free also. So when I posted up my mail call on Facebook, I tagged him and I said, hey, thanks for even tossing in another freebie. And he commented and was like, ooh, I did toss in that 72 for free, but that one was an accident. Somebody actually bought. Now I got to figure out who bought that and who's missing it. And I was like, man, just shoot them or shoot me their address, and I'll just go ahead and ship it off to them. And he commented and said, man, don't even worry about it. Enjoy it. Happy Thanksgiving. I'll send them a different copy. I've got two. So, I mean, I appreciate it, man. Really will. If you change your mind, let me know. I'll send this copy back to you. Moving on from there, that's going to be my eBay and my Facebook mail calls for this week. Is kind of light. Going over to here, I've got the books that I picked up with their 50% off back issue sale that they had going on. First off, this is my second copy of this one, but and I don't expect it to be hot, nothing. And Scooby-Doo Team Up number 19. Again, just going with the Zatanna theme. I'm gonna hoard that book whenever I find it for 50% off. So it's $1.50. Can't say no to this one. Again, something I've got multiple issues of. Reborn number 1. Mark Miller and Greg Capullo. Book currently got some heat behind it, so I went ahead and picked up the variant as well as the cover A. Found these in the back issues. Those were on the new wall. These are the back issues. This is Carnage USA number 1, the second printing variant. Now this is done by Clayton Crane, a completely underappreciated artist in my opinion. Somebody that you're probably going to see kind of get a lot bigger here in the near future, especially with the incredible Venom variants he's coming out with here lately. And sitting right next to it, Carnage USA number 1, the first print. Now, kind of cool about that, man. Like, I was at this shop and I was waiting to check out, and the line was so long it kind of wrapped through their back issues. So I wasn't even looking for those. I was standing there waiting to check out, and I was like, well, fuck it, I'll just keep browsing. So I'm just thumbing through some books, and I came across those. They both have sticker price $5.25 on them. So, obviously that's 50% off. I got both of them for $5.25, and they both retail for anywhere between 10 to 20. Sometimes on the higher end, the second print variant can go for about 25. Found this one as well. I think this is my third copy of this one. Secret Origins number 27. Is the origin of Zatara and Zatanna. Zatara, of course, being Zatanna's father. Now, you want his first appearance? Good luck. That's in Action Comics number 1. Yeah. I don't know if you ever heard of that book, but it's Action Comics number 1 is the first appearance of Zatara. Nothing else notable about that book, though. Detective Comics number 833. It's my second copy of this one. This is, Zatanna on the cover. I believe this is also the issue. Maybe not. Maybe it's this next one. Detective Comics 834. Zatanna also on the cover right there. I believe this is the issue where she mind wipes Batman, and then later that comes up. Batman discovers that his memory has been erased by Zatanna on something, and leads to some drama. These next two, I have a not so secret love for Brian Boland covers. If you don't, then you're doing it wrong. This is Wonder Woman number 96. Joker appearance in Wonder Woman. And again, Brian Boland art. That one can retail for around 5 to 10. Nothing crazy, but again, I got it for like $250. This one also $250, number 97. It's Wonder Woman wearing the Joker makeup. Both in super high grade, very, very beautiful copies, especially for the price I paid for them. Lesser known, man, you know, I'm a big J. Scott Campbell fan. Lesser known, number one, it's kind of a one shot, actually. Actually, not kind of, it is a one shot, but again, sorry for the rambling. It's a book that gets overlooked a lot of times, but it is early J. Scott Campbell artwork, 2002, actually. This is Spider-Man Sweet Charity, number 1 out of 1. Pretty cool cover, classic Campbell artwork, and I love anytime Campbell does Spidey. Got his personal little flair to it. But another one, super high grade copy, about $250 on it. It doesn't retail for much more than that, in all honesty. At least not the last time I checked, but an undervalued issue, in my opinion, because you don't see too many of them. You might find one booth at a con that has a couple of them, and those guys want $8 to $10 each on them, and they might be worth every penny of that. But what I mean is, just in the wild, it's not a common find. This one I ran across. Can't really find any information about it, which is kind of weird because I don't think it's a rare book, but I really don't. It's probably worthless. Scarlet Spider number 1. This is the Todd McFarlane Spider-Man number 1. Excuse me, Scarlet Spider. Did I say Scarlet Spider? I should have said Scarlet Spider. Number 1. This is the Todd McFarlane homage. Well, no, it's not done by Todd McFarlane, but is an homage to a Todd McFarlane cover, being Spider-Man number 1. Paid $3 on it. You know, even if it's only worth $3, even if it's worth less, it's not a big deal. It's going to go right in my PC anyway. So I was flipping through Iron Man books to get to Justice League because there's a couple of key issues in there that I'm looking for. And this one was completely not in the right spot, which kind of worked out for me. But issue 10, Deadpool, Merc with the Mouth. This is the kind of the Iron Man variant. I think it was a part of the line of the Iron Man variants that they came out with. Sticker price on it's $10, so I paid $5 for it, just to make sure I was, you know, getting a decent deal off of it. I went ahead and looked it up while I was in line, and they've got them listed anywhere between $25 and up. So I was happy with $5 on it, especially considering, again, this is a really dark cover, and I think I've got one tiny color breaking spine tick right there. So probably a good 9.496 for $5. I'm all right with that. I love this shop. I do. They've got a ton of really, really great books. My only issue is that they don't care for them as well as I would like for them to, especially for books that I want to buy. I've shown this one off in a previous video, and I will continue to say that this is a solid investment. This is Uncanny X-Men number 493. This is the issue where X-23 joins X-Force. And again, I really think that that's the direction the movies are going to take. This is the first print. There is a second printing variant, and then there is a variant to the first print. The one to have is the second printing variant. That's the one that's retailing around $25. They had 3 copies of this. All of them, the spines were just completely jacked. Like, again, with the black border, you know, hard to find in high grade. This one has a couple of little spine ticks, probably about an 8.5, which is all good, you know, especially for the $250 I paid for it. But the others, man, they were, I think the sticker price on the other ones were a little bit higher because their pricing is very inconsistent. You know, you'll find 3 copies of the same book and find 3 different sticker prices on each one. But the sticker prices were higher on them, and the grades were lower on them. So, as much as I wanted to buy 3 really good copies, I bought 1 decent copy. These I found sitting on the shelf. Uh, and it's going to go right back to what I was just saying as far as, okay, they on their new release wall, they don't bag and board any of those books. And they also have this huge border that keeps the books from falling forward. Now you mix those two together and you've got a lot of broken spines, a lot of color breaks in there. Well, I got lucky with these and they did not have that. But they've got a little bit of damage to the bottom left-hand corner. But um, Carnage number 10. If you're not already on to this book, get on it. This is the first appearance of Raze. This is a new symbiote. Um, Funny book because I've known about it for about a month, and I started looking into getting some copies about 2 weeks ago. And when I originally started, I looked it up, and there were still copies on there that were below cover price. And I was like, all right, great. Well, I mean, if they're below cover price, they're pretty easily found. So I hit up my LCS and I was like, hey, do you guys have any copies of this? They did not. Um, I wanted to, of course, find out because with shipping, even below cover price, it was going to be more. They did not. So I said, no big deal. And I kind of just put it in the back burner and waited. Um, and then a couple days ago, I looked it up and everything cover price and below disappeared. And now, like, I think the cheapest one that was on there was like $13. So they were going up to between 13 and like 16, 17, something like that. So to find this on the shelf, I was pretty happy with. Um, to find 4 copies, I was even happier. $2 each for a book currently going for about $13. Like I said, there's little micro spine blemishes, or not spine, corner blemishes on each one. Doesn't lower the grade too much. So takes it from about a $13 book to maybe an $8 to $10 book. So $2 each though. Again though, get on that book if you haven't already gotten on it. All right, moving on. These are going to be my 25-cent bin boxes, 25-cent boxes, fines. Where we start off? Yeah, let's start off with this one. I am a recreational Adi Granov fan. I love his artwork. I'm not going to go ape shit over it, but I do appreciate it. So I found Captain America, Living Legend. There's number 1. There's 2. 3. And 4. They don't sell for a ton. You can probably pick up a complete set for $8, $10, something like that. So I mean, for me to pick up a complete set in actually near mint condition for $1, I was happy with that. Picking up 2 sets is even better though. So one will go into my PC and one will be either used for trade bait or I'll sell them. No big deal. Hell, even if I don't sell them, it's $1. Let's see. Amazing Spider-Man Annual number 26. This is one of the first solo Venom stories. Right there. Solo Venom. Oh, there we go. Yep. Want to make sure you can see that. 25 cents. Legends number 1. First appearance of Amanda Waller. I haven't personally shared my opinion on Amanda Waller in the movie or the movie at all. You don't really need to hear my personal opinion on it because it's not great. But anyway, it's in alright condition. Again, for $0.25, I'll take it. Why not? Put it in my first appearance collection. Let's see, Teen Titans Spotlight number 2. This is on Starfire. Starfire is getting some heat behind her, so I figured for 25 cents it wasn't a bad investment. Plus, you got some Marv Wolfman art there, man. That's pretty cool. Nomad number 4, not a big deal, not an extremely expensive book. Matter of fact, actually a pretty cheap book, but a early appearance of Deadpool, as you can see, is right there on the card. right there on the cover. Um, Again, it's just the one that completionists for Deadpool, they look for those. And they can be had for $5 at the most. I am actually a Trekkie, so just went ahead and picked up this Star Trek #1. This is the Modala Imperial. What? Well, I'm a Trekkie for the TV show and the movies and stuff like that. Don't hold me to the comic series. Um, Digging through, found these. Pretty happy about them. Happy about them for the artist, of course. It's the presidential material, John McCain, one shot, J. Scott Campbell artwork. Got spine stress is really bad one on one of them. The other one's not terrible. I'm sure you've seen me pull these out before because I buy this anytime I find it for like $1 or less. But Obnoxio the Clown and the X-Men. It's a one-shot book. First appearance of Obnoxio and first appearance of a villain called Ice Cream. Now, in my opinion, Ice Cream is the best villain ever made. He and Deadpool need a team-up book or at least a versus series. Ice Cream's special power is that he can transform into any flavor of ice cream. This book is like one big giant pun. Oh no. Oh, we're good. One big giant pun. If you can find it, do yourself a favor, grab it, and just read it, just because it's fun. Captain America #109. The origin of. Oh, for a quarter. Beautiful. Except it's the 2002 reprint. I mean, and again, and then it's great. It's still like a $5 book, but I'm not going to sell it. It's for me. I just want to read it, enjoy it. Um, Not a hugely popular character, but he's getting some heat behind him. I like him. I just like I kind of just like the way he looks. He's a badass, and he's sarcastic. But Dead Man. This is #1. Went ahead and grabbed it. Neil Adams art. Plus, again, I kind of just dig Dead Man. You'll recognize this from, I think, the Neil Adam variant for the New 52 Batman. I can't remember what issue that was, but yeah, that's what he homaged, was this one. Excuse me. So I got issue 1, issue 2, and that's where it takes a skip. I didn't find 3 or 4, but issue 5, issue 6, and issue 7. He's alive. It's true. And then a tiny little mini 2-book series that he did, kind of trade paperback, thick books. Dead Man book 1 and book 2. Now, continuing with my love of Brian Boland artwork, these books aren't a big deal. Hell, I didn't even know about them until I found them. But Brian Boland covers, and since I'm really on a Brian Boland kick, because his art's really ridiculous, went ahead and grabbed all of these because it cost me $2 for everything. But The Invisibles #3 and 4. 5 and 6. 7, sitting on the toilet. 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. 13, and issue 14. Now it's a 22 issue series. I don't have obviously anything beyond 14. I don't have 1 and 2. Now when they're all together, they actually sell for like $45 or something like that for a whole run. Individually, there's a slew of them on eBay that sold for like 95 cents. You know, that's the starting bid, and there was only one person to bid on because who the hell is actually looking for that book? Last but not least, these are the last of the quarter bin finds that I made. This is before Watchmen, Dr. Manhattan #1. Adam Hughes art, and if you're familiar with the series, recently, right before Rebirth actually came out, the news broke that the Rebirth, DC's Rebirth series, was birthed by Dr. Manhattan in the events that occurred throughout this book leading up to issue 4. Issue 4 is the one where he actually says he's going to go out and create life. And so he does, and he creates the DC Rebirth universe. Now, hell, it was like 6 months, maybe 6 months ago. That book right there was, it got up to be about a $15-$20 book, and issue 4 got up to be, shit, I think I saw sales go up to around 40 or 50 each on them. It helps that it's also Adam Hughes art, so I mean, at least you've got sexy artwork to boot, along with kind of a mini key. But issue 4 was the one to get. Amazingly enough, this shop had these sitting around. I guess didn't know that it got hot, or didn't know that they had these, but I did manage to find issue 4 for a quarter. They've cooled down a lot. Completed sales around $5-$10. No big deal though, you know. Again, for a quarter, decent. I found another one. And another one. And like 3 more. So, let's see if I can get this right. So 6 copies I found, paid $1.50 for all 6. Unfortunately, I didn't find them, 6 months ago, but I found them today, and that's all right with me. So that was kind of it, man. Appreciate you guys taking a look, as always. I'll have another video up here soon because I've got a lot of great books coming in, variants and stuff like that. I got a trade going on for Amazing Spider-Man Key first appearance, CBCS, also coming in. Again, thanks a lot. Have a good one.